Alright, Wally, so this is mini project number 11. So in this one they gave us these two columns and they gave us this information, and I added the summary sheet that we used, and so this is what it looks, my finished product looks like. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to figure out what the monthly revenue is by somehow getting the year from this and then making it give us the value of the price per unit and multiplying that by the units sold. So it's a big formula, but it's a lot simpler than it really looks, because so what I did was I did if, here I'll type out a new one here. Oops. Right here. I'll merge all this so you can see everything. So equals if the year of this cell equals, and then we're going to say if it equals 2012, comma, and if that's true, then I want it to return this value of 125, because all we're going to do is get the price first, and then we'll multiply by the other thing. So if it's true, then we're going to do that. Okay, so that's like stage 1, and then comma. Okay, so now just pretend like we're going to make that formula again. So type in pretty much it's the exact same thing. So then go if year B5 equals 2013, and if it's true, then I want to equal that. Okay, if that one's not true, I want to say if year B5, because that's the cell that we're looking at, if that equals 2014, then I want you to return this number. And you go so on until you get to the end 2017. Okay? And so then basically what you're going to have to do is you're going to add the parentheses till you get enough of them, so that looks like it should be good. Okay? And so, but then what that does is that'll give you your values. So what I did was I did this formula first, and then I dragged and drop it so you go down. Something that's important though is every single thing that's in annual pricing, you'll have to anchor it, because those cells don't change. And then we'll see if I did that right. It should give us a few more values. So these are linking up with the years here. And so that looks pretty good. So what this is doing is that's giving us the price per unit. So then all we're going to do is we're going to take that whole thing, put it in parentheses, the whole if statement, and then we're going to multiply it by the units sold, and that's where these numbers came from. And so just real quick, I'll click right here so you can look through my formula, and you can pause it if you need to check what all I have going on. Just scroll through it. There it is to the end. And there's quite a few parentheses there. But yeah, so that's pretty much how you do that. And in your summary sheet, what they wanted was the total revenue to date. So I just did a simple, did equals sum, and then I went to historical sales, selected it, did the whole thing, pressed enter, and got that number. Okay, so that was pretty good. That's the hardest part of this whole project. The rest of it is stuff that we've done before. And so what I did here is I did an if statement, because what we're trying to get is this one right here. How if you enter in a value here, it's going to return how many you have. So like say I had 100,000, then we had 10 months that were less than that. But if I did like 600,000, they should all be in there. If I did like say 60,000, only one, you know, So the way we do this is I said, kind of the same thing as before. And once again, I'll type it here so it's big. I said equals if the year of this cell, wait, sorry, not the if the year, that's wrong. What did I do here? Oh, this is for the selected year stats. Sorry, we'll skip over to this column. Same. So this one's a lot simpler. So if D5, my monthly revenue, is less than, and then I went and I clicked on this cell, then I told it to return a 1 so I can count it. If not, I wanted it to return a 0. And so what this is saying is that this is less than that 60,000 input that we had chosen. So it's returning a 1. And so then simple, here all I did was I did the sum equals sum, and then I selected this column and it counts up how many there is, how many ones. So that one's pretty easy. The year stats is a little bit more complicated. So back to this one. And so you see here we have 66,000. So what I had said was if the year of this cell equals the year in my summary sheet right here, then I want it to show me the number, or the monthly revenue number, which is D19 in this case for this cell. If not, I want it to return a blank. Okay. Oh, I did something here. Let's make all this go away. I hate when I do that. But yeah. So what it does is that if the year changes here to 2013, I can go back here and then see how it gives me that values instead. I just conditional formatted it to say if it was blank, give me gray. If it is not blank, give me green. That way I can just kind of see it clearly. And this is conveniently already in numerical order. So that's pretty much how you get your year stats. And then for all this information, we just did the sum of that column, of this column, or we did the average of that column, the maximum of that column, or the minimum of that column. And so that was pretty nice. Make that a little bit bigger. There we go. But yeah, then the chart is super simple. You just insert your chart, do the select values, and you just go through this whole thing with this. And so that was pretty easy. And the only other thing would be the drop down list. If you don't remember, it's going to be data validation, settings, make this select list. And then you could just type in your list. That's what I did here. And so that's pretty much how you do it. It was a good project, and I wish you the best of luck.